my friends, so today we're on step number 4 of your 12 steps to your online success, and we're going to be talking about your offer. We're going to be talking about defining your offer. And your offer isn't exactly what we tend to think of, as defining what it is we're selling, right? So this is the part that is really going to be eye-opening for you. Probably if you've been trying to build your business online, maybe you've been thinking that you got to sell your product, you got to sell your opportunity, your service, right? You got to be telling people what it is that you have to sell, but that's not what this is about. We're going to talk about that in a second, but first this. My name is Jean-Serge and I help entrepreneurs like you generate residual income from digital course strategies. All right, so why do I say your offer isn't your product? It's not your service. So before we get into that, I want to cover a little bit more of the other steps because we're on step number 4. There was step 1, 2, and 3, of course. First, let's just show you here the screen. If I show you the 12 steps, right? I mean, define your vision, define your audience, define your avatar, your offer. Then, of course, we have your content copy. We have all these other things. I'm not going to cover them. If you want to see what this is all about, you can go back to the previous episodes where we talk about these things. But one of the things I'll just cover quickly is, when I define my vision, right, of being home with my family, I don't have a job. I'm working for somebody else. I'm online. I have online income. I don't have to worry about my bills. I can go on vacation. All these things, right? Again, I'm not going to cover the whole thing because I did another episode on that. So you can go back in the episodes and go find that. The first step number 1. Step number 2 was about the audience. What is your audience, right? I mean, your audience is, what's your product you're offering? Who would be interested in that? Where do they live? Your audience is basically the summary of who is interested in what you have to offer, right? So it's basically an audience or target market. There's different words for that. So that's in step number that was step number 2. And step number 3 was the previous episode, which was the avatar. Now the avatar is a specific person. It's a very detailed who it is, even down to their hair color, what they look like, what's a picture of them, a particular person that you would be talking to. So that these 3 things help you to define your offer. When we talk about your offer, we're going to go into that. And I'm actually, I totally forgot. I should have had a new, let me just do a new file here. I did forget this. Let me just say a new folder. I need a new folder. 2001-07. So define your offer, which is step number 4 of 12 to your online success, right? So that's your offer. So let's just say I'm going to create a new file here, and we're going to open that in the editor. So I offer questions. All right, so I'll open that over here. All right, so number 1, what you want to, so this is the thing. So I'm going to clarify that. What I mean by saying your offer is not your offer, it's not your product, it's not your service, it's what they will benefit from. So of course, if you're selling weight loss, well, the offer isn't a pill, right, that has ingredients A, B, C in it. It's a product that will help them to lose weight. It will help them to feel better. It will help them to sleep better. It will help them to have a better life, because by losing weight, their energy is going to go up and all these different things, right? And that's something that it's not like when you say your offer is what will they, what will they gain from your offer, right? Number 2 is how will it improve their life? And these are I'm just making these up right now because I've been, like I said, if you've listened to any of the other episodes, you know that I've been doing this for a long time, and I've been doing all sorts of pieces, and I've been learning all sorts of things, but I haven't really done a properly organized, you know, way of doing this. So improve, I wrote that wrong, didn't I? Improve their life. You know, so basically the questions you got to ask yourself is, why would they want what you have to offer? What are the things that they're going to benefit from? What are they going to gain? What's it going to do to their life? How will others see them after they get your product, right? Service or opportunity, right? I mean, like for example, if you're doing a non-network marketing opportunity, right? How are they going to be perceived by others once they have the success that you're promising them, right, in your opportunity? I mean, will people envy them? And this is the thing. So you gotta be asking yourself, what is it that they're going to? How is it going to affect their life? How is it going to affect their, you know, how will it affect their jobs, right? Number 5, how will it change their vacationing habits, right? I don't know, how will it change their ability to pay for college? I mean, these are just examples, I mean, that are based on, say, an opportunity. What is it that it's going to do for them? And for me, when I look at this, right, I'm thinking about, okay, my product is a website where people can host their courses, right? So what does that do to my audience? Who is it that is going to, you know, get my product, which is an account on my website, or maybe and this is the thing, that's the end result for me, right? For me, like, you know, I'm doing course income secrets, so I'm doing things that have to do with generating income from courses, the secrets of how you generate income. And that's not just creating courses. Of course, it's selling affiliates courses from other people and getting a commission. It's also promoting the platform and getting a commission on whatever people pay every single month. It's those kinds of things, right? So that's the way to generate income online with the e-learning boom. But in the end, I'm trying to get customers on my website, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. But that's not my offer. My offer is not, hey, get an account on my website, right? My offer is, you know, what are they going to gain? I don't know, let's just say, so easy to use course hosting platform, right? It's easy to use. Anybody can use it. It's simple, simple interface for your students, right? So it's simple interface for your students. It's easy for them to do, right? How is it going to improve their life? For me, it's going to allow them to sell their course easily and scale easily, right? Now, I probably would need to put a lot more time in this, because and I will put more time after, but I just kind of want to give you an idea of what you're trying to accomplish here. When you're trying to define your offer, like I said, and this is, I'm repeating again, when you're trying to define your offer, you're defining what they get out of it, right? So what else how will it improve their life? The income generated from sales will allow them to possibly quit their job. I'm going to put that because it could be, right? The students that decide to get accounts, the students that decide to get accounts, accounts will generate more income. Actually, paid accounts, right? If they get paid accounts, more income, because they'll get an affiliate commission out of that, right? How will others see them after they get your product, service? So in my case, they will gain. So they'll become, they get expertise status more easily, right? And this is the other thing, you know, when you're talking about something like a website or software product or that kind of stuff, one of the things is that as a producer of software, your product can do pretty much what every other product out there does. But that doesn't matter, because when you're producing your ads or your content or your, which we're going to talk about in the next steps, it has to be, you know, it has to be, what am I trying to say here? It's basically, like I said here, they're going to gain expertise status more easily because by hosting course on platform, right? So even though you'll gain expertise status no matter where you host your course, that doesn't mean I don't say it, because when you're advertising or when you're producing content, you're telling people that your product is going to give them expertise status. Well, it's not because you're not saying that your product's the only one that does that. You're just saying it will do that. And that's one of the important things, is you have to talk about the things that your product does, regardless of whether competition does it or not. That's a separate issue. A separate issue about talking about competition. You're not going to try. There's no point. Or you don't really benefit that much from trying to compare your thing to the others by saying yours is better or yours is whatever, because really in the end people are going to go and do their own comparison. They're going to figure it out on their own, and they're going to decide based on how they feel when they see your content. When they, you know, do they feel like you're going to give them something that's better than others because they feel it, right? And that's the idea with this, right? Your offer, they will. And you know, this is a really hard one for me. And like I said, doing this and producing these steps and making myself go through these and forcing me into the situation where I have to produce this content for myself. I have to go through these 12 steps myself to actually produce what I need to generate, you know, my result, my success, right? So that, and by showing you as I go, hopefully I'm helping you to get closer to your success. And that's the whole point. Of course, I want to hear from you. I want to know, you know, where are you? And by the way, while we're at it, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you enable that little bell to be notified whenever I post new videos. And if you're on a different platform, make sure you subscribe and you get on there and you make sure that you enable everything so that you don't miss out on any of these, right? But so how will others see them after they get your product, right? So what else will and this is really hard to do live like this, you know, just without even planning or without any, I'm just trying to do this, I'm just trying to think. I probably could use a lot more training myself on how to put this together, but like I said, I've been doing it for a long time, and the little pieces I've done here and there, and I'm just trying to think this through right now. They're going to gain expertise. They will be more successful. So how will it affect their job? Well, if they can, so how will it affect their job? So let's just go here. They will be able to quit their job if they generate enough income, which is possible, right? They will be seen as experts in the field. Oops, the field they decide to create courses on, right? So how will it change their vacationing habits? Well, if they generate enough income, they can vacation anytime instead of, instead of on the schedule or on whatever the thing is. How will it change their ability to pay for college? Again, will be able to pay college for their kids and grandkids, right? So these are things, how will, and if it's a weight loss, then of course things are different. If it's an opportunity, things are different, but you got to be asking yourself the questions of how is this going to affect them? What is it that they're going to be able to get out of, your product, your service, your opportunity? It's not just about the product. Like if it's a product that's got ingredients ABC, or if it's an opportunity that is based on services, or if it's a service that lets you do a certain thing, those are not what we're trying to define here in the offer. And that's why it's so hard, because you got to put yourself in the mind of your avatar, right? Why would my avatar want to have a course website account? Why would they want to post on my website versus another website, or not even that? Just why would they want to post it there versus being on Facebook or just videos on YouTube, right? What benefit do they get out of this? And that's what you want to be focusing on. How is it going to affect their life? How is it going to affect the life of people around them? How are they going to feel once they get the success that you're promising them, and that they get your product? And maybe it's like I said, if it's a product that they use in their house, or it's something they eat, or it's a supplement that helps them with weight loss or with energy. What is it that it does to them? How do they feel about that? That's what's important. When you're defining your offer, you're defining their feelings that they're going to get from this. And sometimes you got to ask additional questions. Like, for example, when we're thinking about weight loss, and let's say we talk about a weight loss product. Okay, you're going to lose weight. You're going to look better, right? But what is it? What does that really matter? What is it going to make them feel when they lose that weight? Are they going to feel like others are looking at them more? Are they going to feel good are they going to feel good when they walk down the street and they meet their ex and they look so awesome and they look so hot? Maybe that's the benefit, right? You're going to be able to, what's the word? You're going to be able to make your ex want you back when you walk by them on the street, right? Because they're going to be like, oh my God, you look so amazing. How are you doing this? How are you getting to look so amazing? You're going to want your ex is going to want you back, right? Maybe that's what you want. But again, that depends on your avatar, depends on what you're trying to do. That's when you define your audience. That's when you define who it is that's going to buy your product or service, right? Or opportunity, who's going to join your business. That's all part of it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this. And if you think, whoops, let me just do something here. There we go. All right. Hope you enjoyed this, and if you think anybody else needs to hear this message, then please go ahead and share. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to enable the notification. Do all that right now. And until next time, this has been Jean-Serge Gagnon from Course Income Secrets. Have yourself a great day. Until next time.